Over. Bring your punk ass out here.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, and
Acknowledge us.
Hey, guys, we here at the Red Carpet Reign. We're here to talk about WWE NXT results, highlights after Roadblock 2025. Let's get the lights as we come to the ring. We're going to talk about it. Turn down a little bit. We getting going though, guys. Sorry for the late delay, but it's been a busy week. But we are here now talking about NXT. I will also be talking about Evolve. Have that out tomorrow, so keep that up. Keep that in mind too. We're gonna check out the NXT review here. We're gonna talk about the matches, the show, and of course we're gonna go over how the show went, the grade, and everything else. Then go over current news and also go over bonus round, which is why Julia really lost the NXT Women's Championship. So we definitely gonna dive into that. Well, I appreciate everybody coming out. Let's see who came in. All right, we got CeeLo. We in the house. Gilbert Reaction. We in here, guys. We in here. Like I said, a little late delay. Busy week. We here now. We'll have Evolve because it seems like you guys like Evolve a lot. So, can't wait to see what's next, though. But let's look over the match card for NXT. All right, the match card are as follows. All right, we got here. We do have the Chelsea Green from SmackDown coming over to NXT to talk about, to defend her championship against challenger Sol Ruka. And we have Trick Williams in the main event NXT Underground match. We also have Ricky Saints versus Rich Holland in a 6 mixed gender tag, the Collins versus the Family. So, salute Mr. Approach, but yeah, got a good card going up. So we'll see what's next. Let's see what the first match on the card is. All right, we got ourselves here a championship match being defended. And yes, it's Chelsea Green, Sol Ruka. These women kicked off NXT. Very solid one. These women went back and forth. We saw good stuff from Sol Ruka. They both had good offense at the end of the day. Her and Chelsea. Chelsea had to come out with a new cabinet. She got herself Piper Niven, now Alba Fire. So that's going to be crazy. But it's a good way to kick off NXT. I did like too that Chelsea Gray took majority of the control, and she also Ruka did a good job selling off the injured left knee. And I like how the interference came in. Like, we had Zara, she speared Alba Fire, and then Piper Niven got her, and then we saw Ruka do the moonsault top rope to all the women out there. But Chelsea Green, who got the win and winner and still champion, no other than Chelsea Green. So she's still champion, guys. Let's get on to the next segment of the show here. All right, we had Stephanie Walker. She cut her promo. Now, her promo was about being a brand new champion. She said English is not her first language, but wrestling is. So that was interesting for her to say that. Definitely interesting for her to say that. So she went in, did her thing, and next thing you know, Jordan was coming out. But she won't come out for long. She got interrupted by Jada Parker, who attacked Jordan Grace and hit her with the hypnotic, using that big hip she got. Anyway, Jada came face to face with Stephanie, and she is going to challenge her for the NXT Women's Championship. Remember, I talked about that. I said Jada Parker was going to be one of the challengers for the NXT Championship because she was waiting. That was mentioned. So now we got it. So now it's going to be Jada Parker versus Stephanie Walker, and it's pretty much going down. It's going down like that. And they stood face to face. That was it. Let's get to the next part of the show. All right, we had a tag team match. We had Hank and Tank versus Josh Briggs and Yokishi, and I can't never pronounce his name right, but you guys know what I mean. But this was a solid match, and I gotta say, for the record, Hank and Tank have came a long way. They were goofy dudes backstage. They were like janitor, both of them. And they came a long way. I watched them on NXT Level Up before it got canceled, replaced by Evolve. And I also see them in Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. These guys pulled out really well. Josh Briggs and Yokishi, whatever you say his name. You guys know what I mean? They all work well together. And this is really helping to elevate the tag team division in NXT because we're actually going to need new challengers. Ones that they could be potential threats to beating them for their championship. So we need that. We need all of that. And these men have stepped up. So this was a very good match. But at the end of the day, you only can have one winner. Now the winner of that match between Hank and Tank and the other guys, it ended up being, I believe, Hank and Tank lost, but they still look good. And it's still from last week. Still good. So anyway, can you guys hear me here? All right, Lord. But anyway, let's get on to the next match. All right, we got another good match here. Let's say these matches were good. Well, this is the wrong match. Excuse me. This was this match that I was talking about. Excuse me. That was this match. This match that's coming up was actually the Collins versus D'Angelo family. I mixed up the whole slides. Told you guys been a busy week. This match was not all that good. It was all right, average. I don't expect nothing big of the family when they wrestle together. I like Tony D and all. I like Stacks. Rizzo did her thing, but the Collins defeated the D'Angelo family. And like I said before, Lucha Cristofo, the lawyer, he's good, but he's good on Evolve on his own. But this was good to that. Like I said, that was that slide. The one I mentioned before, that was Josh Briggs. This was a good tag team. Like I said, Hank and Tank came a long way. But let's move on. I'm sure at the race. It's the right one. All right, we got another match. We had JC Jane versus Carmen Petrovic. They went one-on-one. Another match that was not all that. JC Jane, she's really a tag team competitor. She's really not a good single star. And Carmen's solid, but she needs someone with experience that's going to hold her down. And I just don't see that with JC Jane. No offense to her. I just don't see her as that girl to be the one to match. I don't see it. That's my opinion on that. Other than that, though, this was a very average match. Not too much to talk about. But I digress. That's my opinion. I didn't think it was nothing to brag about. And it's always been a regular stuff to talk about. But yeah, it's crazy. Real crazy. Other than that though, guys, That was a match. And I'm gonna mention before we get to the main event, we'll get to one more match that's coming up. I do want to talk about this as well. Sounds like a solid match. If they, I knew it was somewhere. Find that match. Excuse me. I'm gonna pull up the match right now. Match I want to pull up that I thought was good too. This is actually a one of great matches on the card, and I'm seeing more and more development of this guy here, and we're gonna talk about it right now. I'm gonna talk about Mr. Ricky Saints. We'll talk about him now. He had a match against Ridge Holland. I would say it was right before the main event of the show, and we talked. Let me see. We will get to him in 1 second. Give me 1 second. Pull that up. All right, this is the match right here I'm talking about. Let us to load up in here. All right, this is Ricky Saints. He came good with his entrance. You know, the Revolution televised. Ricky Saints came out. Rich Holland came out. Both these men worked well with one another. Good chemistry there. You know, Rich Holland was at one point the number one contender for the NXT Championship. And this is the first singles match that we had for Ricky Saints. Rich Holland used his power to dominate the majority of the match in the beginning. You know, Ricky Saints was down. When he fought his way back to the match, he had a good tornado DDT. He had some good moves there, good high flying style, kept keeping up the pace. But it was a good, very good, solid match. Actually underrated. But Ridge Holland lost to Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints, you know, that's a good pep in the step, but you know, it's his first singles match. We gotta give him credit for that. But other than that, though, this was a very good match. Very good, solid match. Very actually underrated, in my opinion. But we got to get to the main event of the show. The main event of the show, we got the NXT Underground match. We talking about Trick Williams, former NXT champion, versus Eddy Thorpe. This is what a lot of momentum with Trick had. Him and Eddie was going at it. Trick Williams defeated Trick Williams. He was down for a little bit. Eddy Thorpe was coming at him, but Trick ended up using his power and his size and definitely the momentum, and he TKO'd Eddy Thorpe. He just hit pounding him. That was it. However, after the match, he called Oba out. It was at the very end, and he did that well. And also, Javon came out too. I talked to Trick earlier. Him and Trick had a confrontation. Trick keep coming at Javon all nasty, and they was trying to get him prepared for the new stable that came out. We did hear them too.
Over. Bring your punk ass out here.
So when they came out, they were just coming at him. Everybody was fighting. Everybody was going at it. Then Javon came in. They both tossed him. I'm talking about Trick and Oba. Then Javon came and hit Oba with the cutter. And then Trick and Javon just came face to face. I'm telling you right now, we about to get a future feud between Trick and Javon after this whole thing's over with. Trick Williams challenging for the NXT Championship, which we know he's not going to win, you know. But yeah, that was definitely solid. Hey, DJ, salute to you, man. Feels good to be live. I'm doing good, man. It's been a busy week. Very good week. Very busy week. Trying to keep up. Other than that was the end of NXT, guys. All right, we had a good turnout. We first singles match for Ricky Starks. We opened the show with Chelsea Green defending United States title. I think it's the first time the women's United States title been defended on NXT turf. You know, her and Soruka. Then we had a men's gender tag. Then we had JCJ versus Carmen. Then the main event was NXT Underground. This show was solid. I like this show. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. A couple matches I didn't like, but I gave it so high because I love where the stories are going. Good stories are being built here. We got good stories with Ricky Saints, his first match. We saw the face-off backstage between him and Sean Spears. Trick Williams is about to, him and Javon getting into it. Then we got Oba. He's gonna be challenged by Trick again. It's so many stories going on in NXT, guys. I can't keep up. I just can't keep up. So you guys, let me know, what do you think of the recent episode of NXT for March 18th? And we talking about the NXT After Roadblock. Yeah, we definitely be in here, guys. But other than that, though, you guys can always vote in the community tab. Always let me know. Leave comments. What did you think of the episode of this recent NXT? What did you guys think of that? Be greatly appreciated, guys. You also go to community tab and check that out. See what the voting is on the show. Also, before we do go to the next segment, you guys can always go into the community tab and let's see what people in community tab are actually saying about this show, of this recent episode of NXT. Let's see what people are saying. All right. I have the poll we got here. We got 70% gave it an A. We got 18% gave it a B. 7% gave it a C. And 5% gave it D or F. What is your vote on that? Oh, let's put up the horn. Stop the horn. Let's pause for a minute. Got a super chat. Good Bread Wrestling for $4.99, and he says support good content creators. Greatly appreciate it. He has stopped the horn for that. What soundbite do you want to hear, Mr. Good Bread Wrestling? You say open mic night. Let me see if I have that in my itinerary. Let me see if I have that. I may not have that one, Good Bread Wrestling. Which one do you want to pick? You have another pick. I do still have I still have the Who Tricked Us. I still have That Doesn't Work For Me, Brother. Still have Who's Telling Lies. I picked. Okay. We're gonna pick the super chant.
We believe, yes, we believe in Joe Hendry. Suck it! Woo! What? Yeah!
Appreciate that, Good Bread Wrestling. Check out his content. He be putting out the good content. He did a good video about talking about the history of world championships. So check that out, though. Appreciate that once again. But we got to move forward now. Before we get to current news and bonus round, let's go over what went wrong with NXT. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about that. So you guys know how this drill goes. I go over what I thought was wrong, may not be wrong, but it will have to be discussed. Now, we saw the whole Ricky Saints going against Shawn Spears. My fear, will he get buried to Shawn Spears immediately? Because Ricky's going to eventually challenge him for the North American Championship. Is that a possibility that it's going to go down like that? I hope not. If so, I don't mind that Ricky lose this feud, but don't bury him down. And that's my fear. And I don't agree with that.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So that's one thing I do not particularly like about that. That's my fear. It's not to say it will happen. Like I say, I just hope they book it right. That's all. That's all I'm saying regarding that. I could be wrong on this one. Could be off. But he could potentially get buried. Who knows? But that's just a theory. And that's a theory. Another thing I'm going to talk about that I don't like. It's obvious that Stephanie's going to lose one of her belts. Now, we got Stephanie. Fallon's going to challenge her next week on NXT for the Women's North American Championship. That's one match. However, we do have Jada challenging for her NXT Women's Championship. So Stephanie will be doing double duty next week on NXT. My question is, how will she be able to retain both belts next week? That's my question, and I don't think so. I don't think she'd be able to do that. I think she would lose one of her championships, and it's pretty much obvious at this point that's where they're going with it. Very, very obvious. And this is going to be big matches for Stephanie next week. These are big matches for her. I just don't see how she able to withhold both matches next week. This will be a big, big, busy week for her. And remind you, this is not a PLE. It's not a TV special, just a regular episode of NXT. I don't see how she better pull this off. Maybe you guys think she could pull it off. I don't see that happening. So it's just pretty much the writing's on the wall that Stephanie's going to lose one of her belts next week. Now, if I had to guess, she's going to lose the Women's North American Championship. There's just no way I see her retaining both of these belts. No way. I mean, this is big. Now, she's probably going to start off, defending of course, the North American Women's Championship at the beginning of the NXT episode next week. However, that's where she's going to lose the belt. And then probably in the main event, she's going to defend her other championship, the NXT Women's Championship, which I believe she'll retain against Jada. But there's no way she'll be able to keep both belts. She's bound to lose one of these belts. I'm just going to call it right now. And I don't have a problem with Stephanie losing, but it's so obvious that she will if you pay attention. And that go on the list.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So that's one thing I see going on. All right, let's talk about what else going on with NXT for the week. I believe that's all for what went wrong with NXT. Let's go what went right with NXT. Let's talk about that because they definitely did a lot of things around this episode. Even though she may lose one of the belts next week, we're going to touch on this. Jada and Stephanie seems like a good feud. I think Jada will be a good first challenger for Stephanie Walker with a brand new championship. I also see Jada. Of course, she's going to take the fall. She will lose, but she's going to look good she's going to look good challenging Stephanie. She'll be a good challenger for Stephanie, a good chaser for the NXT Women's Championship. Do I see Jada win that championship in the near future? Yes, I do, but she's not going to win it right now. That don't necessarily mean she's going to win the championship now. This is not her time. Obviously, it's Stephanie's time, but not Jada's time. But we got to see. That'll be crazy, though. Good Red Wrestlers say, can you imagine Jada World Champion, Miss Parker both champions? I got one answer to that. No. Jada's not winning the championship right now. She's going to lose next week. This is not her time. This is Stephanie's time. Jada still needs some more conditioning, some more work, but she's getting there. She's definitely getting there. She's getting there. So, it's definitely going to be crazy, though, guys. But other than that, I still like the fact that Jada's a good challenger for Stephanie. I love it, though. No doubt about it. And as I always say, that's a plus in my book. Yeet. All right, so that's one good thing we can see on here. Also, let's talk about what else is going good on NXT brand. I said this earlier. Trick Williams about to turn heel, guys. Trick Willie is about to be a heelie. I see a Trick Williams heel turn coming. He acts like a heel. Trick always wears his hair up. Now he wears it down. And he's always talking negative, and he comes off like a heel. Like he told Javon earlier, you're never going to be NXT champion. Just because we both got dreads don't mean we friends. I don't need no help. He's coming off like a real heel, but this the Trick we need. We need this Trick Williams. We need the heel Trick Williams. I even like the babyface Trick Williams. Honestly, this is the Trick we need. And with that being said, that's a plus in my book. Yeet. So I like that part. That's good. Another thing. Remember the stable that's been coming around, attacking everybody and whatnot? Well, here's the thing. They finally revealed their name. Do you know what the name is? It's called the Dark State. You gotta get used to it, but it still looks good. Still looks good, but that's what they're running with. But yeah, I don't know, guys. We gotta see how this stable gonna do. I really hope they don't flop this stable. I really hope they really run with it. But we got 4 good guys, 4 solid dudes on there. And an FYI, the 2 guys, the one on the far left with the beard and the other far right with the dreads. Those 2 guys are on the TV show LFG. And that means Legend Future Greats. So they definitely been putting in the work. But I do like what's going on here. I definitely like what's going on here, see what the whole thing is between them. But they are on that show, so I don't know, guys. But other than that, though, guys, I do like that. But this is going to be good. I can see something going on here. We just got to pay attention, open our eyes, pay attention, see what else is going to happen. So, but with that, that's good.
Yeet.
So I like that part as well. All right, now I got one more piece of information. I've been talking about this for a while now, and it's been getting kind of more apparent that we need to do something about this. But at the Turnbuckle King right now, we are on investigation here. And on investigation, I'm meaning we out searching for someone on NXT right now. Some of you guys may know who I'm talking about. I know Good Red Wrestler know where I'm going with this. We are on a search out. We on the lookout for somebody. And we haven't seen this person in a while. And we're going to talk about it right now. We talk about where's Waldo? Where's Lola Vice? Where is she? We haven't seen her. We still looking for her. She has not been seen in weeks. The last time we saw her was in a match against Ariana Grace, and she just left. Where's she at? Where is she at? Where is Lola Vice at? Why is this not this woman on TV? This is the time for her to be on TV more than anything. We got a brand new NXT Women's Champion. We got a double champion. We got new women coming in. We got the Jada. We got the Jordan Grace. We got the Zarya. We got Chelsea Green coming from SmackDown. Why Lola's not around? What's up with that? Now, like I said, I know I went over to what went wrong, but I'm going to add this for good measure, and I'm going to make an exception because I'm definitely getting tired of this.
What's going to happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
What's going on with Lola? And we all miss that Lola Vice on TV. We all miss seeing her on TV. Not just the wrestler, but the way she looked. Let's be honest, guys. Most of us, we like her wrestling, but we like the way she wrestles in her gear and the way she does it in style. We all miss seeing Lola Vice inside the ring. Her little theme song, her dancing, all of that. And we need all of that too. We need all receipts on that at all costs. We need all of that. I mean, what is going on? Why is this woman around? Now, we put the message sign. In case you guys don't remember what Lola used to look like in her nice, not just wrestling game outside the ring, this is what she looked like. I know we all miss her. I do too. I mean, we got to find her, man. We got to see what's going on. There's definitely no yeet for this.
And no yeet.
We need Lola Vice back on television, guys. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes about it. We need her back on TV. She been MIA too long. And I got that picture up there because I know you guys want to see that. That's the real picture we want to see. But yeah, Lola Vice. I want to mention too. Yeah, she's been MIA. Lola Vice. How do you go from being in the NXT Women's Championship match? If you guys remember, you went from last summer being on a roll. You were the hottest female heel on the NXT brand. You know, you went from being fighting an underground match, defeating Natalia, defeating Shayna Baszler on her own turf, and then you go to having a championship match, the biggest match of your career, challenging, and she put up a good. Not only it was the biggest match, she almost came inches of defeating Roxanne Perez. If you guys remember this at last year's Heat Wave for the NXT Women's Championship, if you guys remember that. So I don't understand that. How do you go from all that to losing? And then you had even after you lost that a match against Roxanne Perez, even though you had that, you still did your thing when you defeated Jada Parker. So Jada, Lola, I don't know what the deal is. Is there some smoke going on? Is there some backstage heat? Something seems strange about this whole endeavor. Something ain't right. Something not right about this whole thing. Because Lola was on fire. I even saw Lola Vice becoming the possible before Drew and Stephanie all them came on the scene. I saw her being a potential next NXT Women's Champion at one point, but now not so sure because she did her thing. She did her thing. Literally, she shut it down. She's pretty much, we could call her the queen of the underground. She's the queen of the underground now. She's won all her matches, man. The girl's undefeated in the cage. She got the MMA background. Why is this one being on television? Now, I know Lola's from United States. I don't think she has a visa issue, like some other wrestlers do. I don't think she has that problem, but I do find it alarming that you did your thing all last summer. You shut it down, and now we don't even see you at all. What's up with that? Like I said, there was a missing report, and I got to talk about it. This definitely needs to be talked about. If it's not talked about enough, it's not even talked about enough. So let's while Lola's missing, let's also mention the matches that she's been in over the past summer. Besides the NXT Women's Championship match, this past year she faced Shayna Baszler NXT Underground, which she did win. Her last big underground match was against Jada Parker, Miss Parker, which she also won. She's undefeated, but now we don't even see her, and now she's missing. If you guys find Lola Vice, if you see her in there, please let the Turnbuckle King know. This is not cool. We miss seeing you, Lola. What's up? Other than that, though, we're gonna talk about some current news before we get to the bonus round. Bianca Belair has some words regarding Rhea Ripley. She stated on social media, Bianca Belair points out how unfair it will be if Rhea gets added to the title match at WrestleMania. And we talking about for the Women's World Championship on Monday Night Raw, champion Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, the Elimination Chamber winner versus Rhea Ripley, former Women's World Champion. And Bianca says, story time, Monday Night Raw plot. Bianca coming off like a little heel on the low, guys. She said, you don't need to win the Royal Rumble. You don't need to win the Elimination Chamber. She said, hell, you don't even need to be champion. You just need to be Rhea Ripley. Got it. Bianca's going savage, man. And I have to say, she is not told a lie yet.
I'm tired of being nice. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
She has not told a lie that whole time. She's right. Why does Rhea get added to the match automatically? See, you guys think. It's good. It's supposed to say, good Lord. Yeah. I don't understand it either. But expect Bianca Belair to talk about this next week on Raw. You don't really see Bianca on SmackDown like that, like we used to. She's more Raw. She's compete for that title. So I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. But it's time to switch gears. It's that time, guys. So we're gonna switch gears. They need to book this better, definitely. Yeah, you're right. Definitely do. But we gotta switch gears, guys, and it's time for the bonus round. So we're gonna talk about Julia, and let's get that going. Right about wait for it. Right about now. Now, this bonus round, as I stated earlier, this will be why Julia really lost the NXT Women's Championship. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what happened with Julia, why she no longer champion. And it's something we definitely got to discuss here. Now, I know that when she lost to Stephanie Walker at Roadblock, that she was dealing with a nagging injury reportedly. But that doesn't seem the case here. And I believe I have the real reason why Julia is no longer champion. And I don't think it's tied to an injury. Let's talk about it. And we're going to talk about it right now. Definitely going to discuss it. Now, Julia, of course, great talent. One of the best ever. She didn't have a long run. Now, we know that she defeated Roxanne Perez. We know that was bound to happen at some given point. We know she was going to eventually beat her for that title. The thing about it is, when we saw her win at NXT New Year's Evil, when we saw her win that title, we was dawn in a new era of Julia. It was the end of Roxanne Perez, and it was Julia. It was her time. And we know that she was bestowed upon us for quite some time. We knew about Julia since NXT Stand and Deliver last year, what we saw in the crowd. So we know about that. However, we didn't see her to NXT No Mercy. And when we did see her NXT No Mercy, we knew it was a matter of time that she was going to pull up, challenge Roxanne for a belt. Now, she challenged her the first time. Of course, she was unsuccessful due to Cora Jade interfering and all that. However, she will get another match, which she won at Deadline. Like I said, Julia on the roll. She finally got a chance to go after the NXT Women's Championship for a second time, and this time she succeeded. She became the NXT Women's Champion. But, and there's a but, because she's no longer champion. We saw that her and Stephanie was going to have a title versus title match, and this was at NXT Underground. NXT Roadblock. So we knew that was going to happen, but we knew something was up with the whole. And I said before too, why are we getting a champion versus champion? Why are we getting that? Now, don't get me wrong. They put on a stellar match. Both women did. But we knew somebody was going to lose their title. And we knew that's how it was going to go down at the end of the day. And we had the big main event match. We had the Stephanie versus Julia for this championship. So big match. But it did not end so well for it didn't end so well for Julia. So it ended up turning out that instead of Julia being a double champion and her walking around with two belts, as could be expected, Julia, like I said, we knew about Julia for a long time. But now it's Stephanie Walker walking around with two belts. So we got to figure out, why did Julia really lose the belt? It was not no injury. Let's see what the reports say here. It says, according to a report from Brian Alvarez, I know people are very there's mixed emotions about him. But he may be on something here. The title change was a last minute decision due to Julia needing time off for a minor visa issue. Julia's injury hasn't been specified because she didn't have one. She didn't see her in that match with Stephanie, but she will be away for a while. WWE is expected to adjust its plans for the NXT Women's Division until Julia returns. Like I said, Julia seemed fine in that match against Stephanie. She seemed fine. She didn't seem like she was out with an injury. She didn't seem like she was hurt. She didn't seem like she was lingering. If she did, she very well played off very well. But they said it's a visa issue, and it's been going on for months. So since that happened, she had to drop the NXT Women's Championship. As stated in the article, there's no timetable for Julia's return. We don't know when she's going to come back. But I know she come back, they're going to run this whole, her and Stephanie Walker, they're going to run this back. And I can see Julia defeating her this time. I do definitely see that happening. But Julia did not lose to no injury. Let's cut that out. No injury, none of that. She did not get hurt. There's nothing wrong with her. Because honestly, let's think about it, guys. If Julia, why would they have Julia win this championship at NXT New Year's Evil as they're transitioning to a new era of the women's division, Roxanne away to main roster? Why would they give her that belt if she was hurt all that time? She won this championship at New Year's Evil back in January. She just lost it in March. Not like I said, she was only champion for 63 days. Why would they put that belt on her just for to lose it if she was hurt for a long time? Obviously, it was a visa issue, and not just that. Like I said, Julia, um, we know that she's she has very good English and everything. So I'm not saying that but it's an issue or anything, but it's a visa thing. So you got to eat it with a grain of salt. That's the whole thing about that. But I do see also that reportedly this has been going on for lately. It's been going on. Now, thing about it is, from what I've heard, from what I heard, I will say what I've heard too. It's not just Julia, guys. It's not. It's not just Julia. Also reportedly, I said not just Julia. This has been going around. Like I said, I know this is about Julia. We'll talk about another foreign wrestler. This has been a common thing with these wrestlers. If you guys don't remember, this was what, last week, maybe the week before. Um, Also, as well as Julia in AEW. If you follow AEW, also now that she's not a champion, Jamie Hayter also had visa issues from AEW because she's trying to renew her visa too. She's been off television for AEW. So, like I said, it's been a common thing going on. The foreign wrestlers that are from another country, when their visa they have to renew it. They can't be on TV, especially with Trump being president. So it's just a common thing going on. And unfortunately, like I said, Julia had to lose the title. She had to lose her title, unfortunately. And if you guys remember too, when Julia lost, I know she was happy for Stephanie. She was very happy that she won the championship and everything of sort. But I couldn't help to realize I couldn't help to realize that at that particular time, when Julia lost the NXT Women's Championship, when she lost that belt to Stephanie, you could tell something was up. You could tell something was going on. And if you guys don't remember, if you don't remember, it was a lot going on that night. Um, and I remember this distinctive photo. Maybe you guys don't remember it. And I'm talking about NXT Roadblock. And the same night Julia lost the title to Stephanie. I always wondered, why does Julia have that sad face on her look? Now, we all said it was an injury. By looking at her face right there, this told me right there. They said pictures 1,000 words. That told me that it was something more deeper than her injury. Something personal was going on. It didn't have to be the visa. I knew then. I said something more personal going on in Julia's life besides the injury. Why would she look like that losing the belt? She lost her best friend. She looked like she was a sad puppy that night because something else was going on, and it was a visa issue. She wished she could not have to take time off, and she wished she could defend that championship and stay champion. So what I'm saying is because Julia losing the championship really broke her. It hurt her a lot that she had to drop that belt. It dropped her a good significant amount of hurt. This is the face of hurt, sorrow, sadness. That's what I'm saying. So I can't wait till Julia comes back, take care of the visa situation. I can't wait till she comes back and fights for the championship that she lost to Stephanie. We want to see Julia with this belt again. At least I do, because she never got a proper run with the NXT Women's Championship. So I would like to see how they're going to do it. But other than that, though, guys, that's all I have regarding why Julia really lost the NXT Women's Championship. You guys let me know what you think of that. I say everyone says she lost it due to injury. No, she's not hurt. She's hurt, but not physically and mentally. Spiritually, I would say. But that's it, though, guys. We had a good one. Talk about NXT results, highlights after Roadblock. Like I said, stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. I know normally around this time, I do put out WWE Evolve. So I will put that out too. I'll make a video of that because you guys seem to really like that video of my Evolve every week. I don't know if you guys check out Evolve on Wednesdays on Tubi, but the show be lit. So just want to keep that in mind. I will talk about this show in my next video. I'll put that out too. Evolve, the next evolution starts here. So keep that in mind. But other than that, though, guys, that's all I have regarding that. You guys let me know what you thought of NXT, what you thought of Julia, why she really lost the belt. Did you know? Did you not know? Greatly appreciate it. Leave comments, everything. But other than that, though, check out the content here, Red Carpet Rain. Until then, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.
Something happened this weekend, and I have been struggling with it since I retired. But this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, it was fun. Obviously, it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and be